Hello, we are back. The scoreboard with Nugget, but we have a special guest and moving forward could be the new co-host of the scoreboard with Nugget. Feet, what are we calling him? McGuinness? Joshy? What are they calling you?
Roll with whatever you want, no, but it's good to be here. Good to be in the studio after seeing what you clowns get up to on a daily basis. A little orientation tour last week. It's a wonder you blokes get anything done, but good to be here.
So, big day today. So, we've got the NBA final, obviously second round. We'll get into that. We've got the AFL, round 10 I think is coming up. So, we'll go through some must-wins and where the AFL's at. You know, who's probably... Maybe we'll go through who's going well, who's doing as expected, and who's kind of maybe letting themselves down halfway through the year.
I reckon it's a low bar from Folsey's level of chat, but we'll see where we end up, no.
And then we're going to go to the horses, and you've got a tip of the week.
Okay, well, I don't know about a tip of the week. The first group one of the Brisbane Carnival, so we'll see where we land there.
So stick around with the scoreboard with Nugget. Feet McGuinness, here we go. All right, so I think we get straight into a bit of AFL. You know, I think we go through where you think some teams are at because you're a Tigey.
Yeah, no, Tiger man. The less time spent on the Tigers, the better. We had some fun, but it might be a dismal year for the boys.
I think you're due for a come down. You know what's good though? I think, and why Essendon.
Come down.
You know, come down from all your flags, come down from your whatever else has been going on and those, you know.
Right, straighten up here now.
But so what I'm thinking is, I think for Richmond, finishing 18th or finishing last is good.
No, I'm with you there, no. Like, what's the point being, winning 7 games, finishing 15th, getting picked 5 or 6? Like that's you never know where you'll land there. So, I mean. The tanking debate, that was all the rage 10 years ago, but why not finish last?
You have to.
Like, let North Melbourne beat you. Get the number 1 draft pick. Do what you want. Sell it if you want. Re-energise the side. They're holding on to a few of the older boys who are way past it now. And after going last Saturday and watching the Dogs tower the Tigers after you went, it's time to go.
Time to move on a few.
Time to move on and start again.
Who do you think out of all the older fellas? I think Dusty's still playing all right, isn't he?
Well, what's Dusty doing rolling around?
Nah.
He owes nothing to the Tigers moving forward. He's been a champion of our club. And if he wants to go and play for the Gold Coast, let him go do it. If he wants to go play for Collingwood, magnificent. Or if he wants to retire, as we said, he owes us nothing. So, that'll free up some salary cap room and a few of the other old boys that are sort of 29, 30.
Yeah.
That they might be needed to guide a few of the young blokes through. But if you're going to start again, just have a full clean out.
I think so. And I think that, the old one club player type thing, it's kind of gone. Like, no one looks at Luke Hodges' career and goes, he shouldn't have went up to Brisbane. It kind of hampered. You know what I mean? Like, no one cares really, unless you're a real... diehard. Well, for me anyway, like I don't think anyone our age would be like.
Well, who remembers Luke Hodge playing for Brisbane or Sam Mitchell at West Coast or Lewis at Melbourne?
Me.
You remember? Yeah, us losers, us tragics. But you remember them for their feats at their club, and so we'll always remember the Tigers boys and the joy that they gave us. But no, time to start again. Time to start again.
So Tigers. Down to your team, down my team, the Bombers, and Folsey's team, who's just off to the side running the production today because he was giving us absolute donuts. It's not working.
Well, your first co-host one that we're struggling over here.
Oh no, what's happened?
We'll see how we go. We'll keep rolling. We're just a bit laggy. That's all.
Oh, that's okay. It happens sometimes. But so our team, my team and Folsey's jumped on the bandwagon as well as Sydney, which is hard to have. But the Dons, we're up and about. We are up and about. So what are your thoughts on because obviously you've got a few mates of the Essendon fans, so you'd be hearing a bit of chatter. What's going on in Bomberland? You think we're going to be all right this year? We're going to fall off like we normally do around this time.
See, no, nothing would give me any greater pleasure than to see the Bombers stay up near the top and then all of a sudden you get to round 15,
Oh,
16,
no.
all these jitters
The
come
wheels come
back
off.
again. Like, we've seen this movie before. The Bombers have sat second, third, or fourth on the ladder, and then you get to June, July. They don't hand out flags in May, do they?
No, they don't.
No. They're up and about, the Bombers, but gee, I hope, wouldn't it be funny? Who they got this week? Is it North Melbourne?
We got North. We'll have North on the. We'll have North easy. That's easy money. You know, you know what? It was funny when we were playing West Coast. It was. I think it was probably 3-4 rounds ago. Whenever that was, I watched the first half and we're up 30. I'm like, geez, we've matured as a side. We've beaten teams we should. And then I wake up the next morning, we've won by 6 points. It's an absolute nail biter.
I suppose traditionally the Bombers drop that banana peel type of game. Don't they? And, you know, like it looks like that they might have the Tigers the week after, and you know, if they're fair income, they'll go bang bang, get some percentage, because I think it's dipped under 100 as well, despite them winning and you know, winning some big games. You know, if they want to be fair income, you know, they'll obviously win the next few weeks, and they've been really competitive against some good sides of late. But gee, we can't have it. Some of our mates are rested in it.
Oh yeah,
we don't want to see that.
It's the carry on that I don't like. You know, like
where have they been? All these bandwagoners, like Foldsy's jumped on board all of a sudden.
Foldsy jumped on. I don't know. Apparently it was, which is crazy because the Swannies are playing well too, and he's jumped on the Essendon bandwagon. So it's a strange.
It's my first time running the production of. I think I've sorted it. We're a bit choppy down there, but you know it looks good once we get the gear up on the side there.
Yeah,
All
we're
the
good.
gear, no idea. There's a little shameless plug.
No, it is. It's very, very choppy today. I'm not sure. Is it? Sometimes the internet's playing up.
I think it's. I think I'm. You know, let's see how we go. But yeah, keep rolling. So you're gonna have to get it up on your side, the AFL.
Oh yeah, I've got.
So you can talk about.
Yeah, I've got that going. So Don's doing well, and that's pretty much what I wanted to touch on. And then I guess we can go maybe through a couple of the other games from last week. I think Carlton had a good. Who'd they play in the end? Carlton v.
They hung on.
They hung on. That's right.
And beat the D's. The D's were coming home like a freight train. But no, the Blues they're funny, aren't they? You can't quite get a read on them. You know, you feel like they should be there when the whips are cracking, and then all of a sudden they might drop a game that they're expected to win. Like Collingwood got them the other week when they should have won that, but they were really good against Melbourne, despite Melbourne coming really hard at them. And you know, I reckon they'll be there when it matters.
The Carlton fans want her up too. They just read her up, and it's nothing better. Like you like to see the Dons, you know, fall. I like to see all the Carlton fans just fall down and just right at the end. You know, they got to what they do prelim last year. Which is probably was probably a good result for them. So it's not as fun seeing them losing the prelim. Like it's still pretty good. It's a pretty good year from where they came from. But you know, I'm hoping they really just fall down. You know, maybe finish 8th, lose first round, or maybe finish 5th, lose first game of the final. Something like that would really just make me quite happy.
No, I'm with you there. I mean, there aren't many sides that we despise. The Bombers being number one, but no, the Blues as well. Look, they've had their time down in the dumps, and as you said, they overachieved last year, you know, getting to the prelim, and they were 5 goals up on Brisbane early too, and all of a sudden it was going to be the biggest grand final of all time. But
that's the crazy thing. It was literally around 14, 15, as you said. I was like crying. Bombers were up and about. Carlton were like 12th, and I was saying, how good's this? And then it just within about 6 weeks, Carlton had moved to about 3rd. We'd gone to about 14th or whatever it was. So, not ideal.
No, signs are good for the Blues, and they showed enough last week. But their list and their spine in particular, their backline set, they got midfield guns, and then the big boys up forward. They got everything they need. You know, I'm expecting them to really be there. When
you get a couple of big gun forwards, your whole life turns around. Like as a club, like Curnow, you got what's the other fella's name? He's lost the. Hopefully the jitters, like as I said, I don't love Calm, but hopefully the jitters come back for him and he starts missing again from the square. But
when it matters,
he's doing snaps from about 12 meters out and stuff.
They play in a few weeks too. The Bombers and the Blues Sunday night, public holiday eve, one of our favourite times. Of the year too. Public holiday eve.
Okay.
You know, there's generally a little bit happening around those chaps of town, but on the Sunday night. the Blues and the Bombers, there'll be 95,000 in the house there. That might be worth heading down to. There might be a bit going on. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I could get down there. What public? I feel like all we do is have public holidays. What's next now?
That'll be the Queen's, not the Queen's birthday.
The King.
Charlie's birthday for the King's birthday. That's normally early June, I reckon. But the Sunday night they've locked that fixture in. That's going to be locked in moving forward. Essendon and Carlton. So do yourself a favour.
They'll be hanging for the rafters out there, won't they? They'll be bloody Lygon Street will be packed. Bloody the Windy Hill will be coming.
Will it? Yeah, I'll be giving that a wide berth. But
the hangar, they'll be coming from everywhere.
Yeah, just around the corner too. But
Go to that over 28
what's it called? Dimples.
And then I think moving the other game I wanted to touch on. This is the Friday night story I was telling you about before. So for some reason, and you might know more of this, they have 2 games
Probably
on
not.
Friday night. What was going on there?
No. So it's just an anomaly of the fixture there, Nug. So Mother's Day on the Sunday, traditionally crowds are generally pretty poor on the Sunday Mother's Day. But no, there was a game out in the west, so it started a bit later. I can't remember. Was it
Freo Sydney.
And the game prior to that started a little bit earlier down the highway, Geelong and Port, and wasn't that a cracker?
Wow.
Port got out to
That's my story.
points, wasn't it?
You
said you got something here.
This is why
so we look forward to it.
I was Friday night, tucked the little fella in bed. He's gone to bed. So I went, I'll watch a bit of footy.
Yeah.
Put on, I just happened to come onto the footy, and it was the Freo Sydney game. So I'm okay, I'll watch this. Watch this. And then I was like, I'm done watching this game. So I changed the channel, and it happens to be I was on the wrong channel. I go onto the other channel. It's the interview of this Port Adelaide player that won by 6 points in Geelong, one of the great games of the year, apparently.
Too,
and I've missed the whole thing because I had no idea there was 2 games happening.
No, Port rolled out to, I think 49 points they got to in the second or third quarter, and the Cats just chipped away at it. But no, they couldn't.
They couldn't get him. That's a huge win, but I think Port are going to be they're smokies this year. They seem all right.
I mean, they look like front runners and flat track bullies, But then that's a big win down there.
Geelong have been crude. Was that their first loss, or they lose another one now? They're
I
lost 2
reckon they
now.
got beaten by the D's the week before, but to win down there, that's a big win. We might not be sold on the Cats yet, despite them winning the first 6 or 7. Hawkins hasn't been kicking goals. He kicked his first goal in 4 weeks last week, and
what's happened to Big Hawk?
well, he's 35, but he's still sort of playing his role, and he might not have been on the end of kicking goals in the last few weeks. But
He's
I wouldn't write him off just yet.
And Jeremy Cameron's absolute gun, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a freak.
Oh my goodness!
They've had enough time at the top of the Cats, haven't they?
Well, that's crazy. Like they're the only team that can literally wash out of the 8 for like 1 year, finish at like 9th or 10th, and now they win the first 8 or something in a row.
They've made, I think, as a stat, they made 12 of the last 23
prelims. Yeah, it's sickening.
That's incredible, isn't it?
That is sickening.
Anyway.
And the Dons are just, we're holding on for dear life. And the only other club I want to touch on, Sydney are obviously doing well. Where are Freo at? The club I wanted to touch on was North Melbourne.
What for?
Because
they're
every time I see my mate, shout out to Nath, I say, have they moved to Darwin yet?
Yeah, the Northern Kangaroos.
I'm hearing they're moving to Darwin. So it used to be Tassie. Yeah, they got what kind of club? Like, and no disrespect. This is a fun show. We're not serious analysts around here, so don't come for me. But it's time to go.
I mean, also, what were they doing last year? The last game of the year. They beat the Suns.
Yeah, they won. Yeah,
so they didn't finish last. How's that young bloke Harley Reid
West
going?
Coast, oh my God.
He looks like he's going to be the next Dusty Martin.
So if they'd have finished last, they would have got him?
They would have got him. And they won this pointless game against the Suns down in Tassie. If they lose the game, they finish last, no one draft pick, and they get Harley Reid. But no, instead, they win it.
Who is the 2? Has he been playing? The number 2? No disrespect,
but we don't know
who he is. Yeah, we haven't run
and
that.
He might be doing really well, but.
And there was a draw. Did you see that game? I've just noticed that.
It was a draw Sunday night.
Adelaide.
One of only 2 games Sunday because of Mother's Day.
But my mate said, and again, one of my mates said there was only 1 game on Mother's Day, so he stitched me up too.
Fixture not at the forefront of Nug and his mates.
Because we've been, I was sick last week, so we didn't do this, so I didn't touch base on who was playing and what was going on.
Him, with the guns out, the singlet on. Anyway.
All right, so let's roll into a little bit of the fixture this week. I think we do we'll get Folsey on for the crowd prediction. I'm just trying to see what will be a game that get some average games this week by the looks of it.
No, but anyway, a good game tomorrow night. This one, Sydney and Carlton Friday night. at the SCG.
All right, well, let's do that. We'll go crowd prediction: Sydney versus Carlton. I think what's the SCG probably holds maybe like 40 max.
Yeah, 40.
I'll get the max up for us, and we'll bring Foldsy on for max crowd. What is your guess for max crowd at the SCG?
I'll go for what? Oh, we asking Foldsy, are we?
Oh, everyone. I'm gonna go.
I'll go about 43, I reckon.
Yeah, it's not bad. I reckon I've seen 44,975 there. That's my guess. 44,975. 58,446.
No, well, we're not buying that. Where was that?
That was a cricket match. Hang on there. So let's go max crowd SCG AFL. So we're gonna go.
What do you need me for?
Yeah, so roughly around your.
Oh, there he is.
Hang on.
Yeah.
What did I say? I said 44,659. I wasn't far off.
No, you'll take that. That would have been the prelim actually against the Pies.
So that was 2022. It was. Yeah. So here we go. So crowd prediction. So remember, the furthest away from it owes a cardio sesh, 30 minutes.
Cardio session? What, on the ski erg or something?
Oh, just will be determined by who. Usually we have a little poll up, but when there's two watching, it probably doesn't get you the chockies. But
that's right. Now we've got a bit more juice to it.
Yeah, there's a bit more juice. This has been a good flavour today. I liked
the
it.
boys are rolling singlets after just having a workout. That speaks volumes as to where they're at.
All right, Friday, May 17th, Carlton versus Sydney, 7:40 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time.
Where's that at?
Can you please give me a crowd prediction at the SCG?
We've just given you the maximum attendance.
Yeah, we've just given you the max attendance of 44,659.
That's the highest.
That's capacity.
That's they're hanging from the
People
rafters.
like Carlton, but
they travel. I'd say the Carlton fans. I reckon they're going 40. Like what's a nice number? We'll go 41,000.
I don't reckon they'll get it. 38 for me.
All right, see, I'll go about 42 and a half, 43. No NRL in Sydney this weekend. Magic round.
I don't
for
think
the
they
NRL.
can't afford it. I don't think Carlton supporters can afford it to get up there.
I want to write this
you go to
down.
Sydney?
No Carlton
like
slander,
Sydney,
but
though.
it's just. I
I've got-
love a bit of Sydney action.
There's
Yeah.
plenty happening up there.
I've got to write this down. So I'm going to go. Yeah. So you've gone 42 and a half,
42 and a half.
38 for me.
and I'll go 40,372.
All right, no, good luck. Get your numbers
It's never a straight down the line, though, isn't it?
No, but I mean, the Sydney folk, they don't go to the NRL anyway, but no games in Sydney for NRL. Magic.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, really?
So they won't be wanting
It'd be all
something.
happening up in Brizzy this weekend, though, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah, let's get the Brizzy.
Yeah.
Vegas.
And then the only other thing we need
Boys
to
will be
do
having a big one, won't they?
for the we'll get a must-win game. What's another game you want to watch that we really peak?
Wouldn't be many there.
Peak
No, it must
interest.
win the Saints. If they don't win this week, that's curtains for them this year. I mean, they're not much chop anyway, but the Saints have got Freo at Marvel, and if they can't get their chockies this week, Ross the Boss has got a few.
I like that little
Boss.
must-win segment. That's
Yeah.
So it's a must-win, or else the season's on the line.
Yeah, they're done.
For me, not knowing the exact like ladder, I
You've
think
got it there, but anyway.
oh yeah, we can get the ladder. I think
It's just there. It says where they are on the ladder.
oh, does it? Hang on.
Just go back to the fixture.
Sorry about this. I want to see. So my predictions at the start of the year have been awful for the AFL.
Okay, yep.
I had.
Where'd you have the Bombers?
Oh, I didn't do. I'm not sure if I did the exact ladder.
just did
I did. Who's gonna make granny?
Oh, the Granny. Who'd you
Yeah.
have?
It was an absolute. It wasn't great. Western Bulldogs
Oh.
and Brisbane, and
Two teams that they're only just going.
so they're only just going. So where are Brizzy? I'm trying to find.
They'd be about 13th, I reckon, are they?
They're 13th.
On the table, yeah.
So that's why I wanted to go to the ladder just to see. So I'm saying for my predictions, because I need Brizzy to get a home final.
Well, they'll be flat out getting the final at this rate. But
They're
no, a
absolutely.
few softer games for the Lions. So,
So-
expect them to climb the ladder in the next few weeks.
I need Brizzy as a must win this week. This is for me. I need Brizzy to win. It's a must win for them.
Well, the Brizzy have got the Tigers, so they could probably pencil that one at home.
You never know. You never know.
No, the Tigers aren't winning.
Foldy, who do you want to have your must win? So who's going to win? Who needs to win and who's going to win this week? You can choose whoever.
Sydney.
Why is that? Why do the Swannies need
This is
to
why-
get the Chockies this week?
That exact reason, him calling out Sydney, is why he's been sacked from the sports show. That is the exact reason why he's been sacked from the sports show, okay? All right, so I think that's probably enough
Yeah, we can wrap that up.
AFL chat, and I think we move on to just a quick quick summary of the B-ball. So, yeah, what are your thoughts?
This is your area. This is your domain. I mean, you're a big NBA man. And so we are in the second round of the playoffs now.
Second round?
We've seen the Celtics are through. They beat the Cavs 4-1.
Beat them today.
Beat them today.
Yeah, which was 4-1. That's pretty fair. Like that's
fair. Okay.
How most people would have saw it.
But probably the most interesting series has been the Nuggets, who have come back. They were 2-0 down. They dropped 2 at home.
2 at home.
Who was that to? Again?
That was to the Timberwolves. I'd written them off.
T-Wolves.
I was absolutely up and about because I'm not a big fan of the. I like Joker, but they started to lose.
Won the MVP.
Won the MVP, and he's a gun. Like he was yesterday. He was unbelievable.
He just flicked the switch, didn't he?
So good. One of the great games you'll see. 40 points. I think it was like 8 rebounds, 12 assists, or something crazy like that. But just so good. Didn't have a turnover. But that I felt like they're a bit. I thought they were front runners because that second game, Jamal Murray, he was throwing heat packs onto the floor. He was sooking to the refs. He was doing all the
they dropped the first 2 at home.
At home, and they were sooking.
Okay.
The
title defense
the coach came out and sooked
in disarray.
And I was like, I'm off these guys. Yeah. Want them to lose. And now they've come back. I've said they're done. I was happy, And then they got the Timberwolves. They got the young fella Anthony Edwards, 22 years old, and they're calling him the next Jordan. That's what the
you've called it.
Well, that's what the media. I'm not calling him the next Jordan, but
jumped on the bandwagon though.
He looks good.
Okay.
Still didn't have the numbers that LeBron had this year, but he still was pretty good. I'm a LeBron man. Who are you, a LeBron or Jordan guy?
Oh no, leave me out of that topic. I'd say, Jordan won 6. How many's LeBron won?
Yeah. 4.
Has he got 4 rings?
Yeah.
Does he? Yeah, okay. He's moved around a bit though. Like Jordan won them all.
Yeah,
at the
that's fair. Like when you're playing against plumbers, it's hard not to.
And
win.
he moves to where he wants to go. So.
It was it was the 90s basketball. I don't know if you've seen the TikTok. We're off the night. We're done with the 90s. They go back and review footage and they reckon it was not as good as it was hyped up to be. Pretty bit of trash. A few plumbers running around and a few. But that's not me.
That might be a debate for another time. But no, this, as we said, this is your domain. But no, the other series, the Knicks, they're 3-2 up now on the Pacers.
Getting a bit chippy too. A little bit of push and shove. Yeah, a little bit of push and shove. So the Knicks won. While just looking here, 121-91. So absolutely smoked them.
At home at MSG.
Yeah, they reckon the Garden's back. Because they
rocking there, wouldn't it?
They used to call it the Mecca, and they used to, apparently used to be overrated. Like not from the last 20 years, not much happened there. Like Knicks have been putrid. They've won one playoff game, one playoff series for 20 years or something. There's some crazy. They're a bit
like back in town then.
You know what the Knicks are like? The Bombers.
There you go.
So they've probably won.
Giant awakened.
Yeah, exactly. Oh. So apparently, the Garden has been going off like loud. Like just one of the best centers, like to go live and watch one of the games there. So they're up 3-2, but they go back to the Pacers. So potentially we could get a game.
Could go to 7.
But we could get potentially 2 Game 7s because the other one, Mavericks versus Thunder.
Okay, so now they were the 1 seed, OKC.
Yeah, and they were the 1 seed, but I think it looks like I feel like the Mavs should have won the other day, and then they won again. They won in OKC today. So they go back home. They should finish the job. Luka, Kyrie, a couple of the other fellas running around. I think they get the jobs done. So I think that one will be done in 6. So that'll be, by the looks of it, saying Sunday 10 a.m. And then the Timberwolves and the Timberwolves, Nuggets, Pacers, Knicks. I reckon we'll get 2 Game 7s.
So we'll be going the distance. And if the Knicks can get over the line, they'll have the Celtics.
Yeah, which would be an awesome series.
That'd be huge.
Yeah. Although the Knicks are beaten up. They've got lots of injuries. And the guy who coaches them, his name's Thibodeau, I think his last name is. He's just notorious just for running his players into the ground. So a lot of teams play, maybe they might shorten the roster and play 8 players. Thibodeau plays 7. So he has 2 people come off the bench. And he's had one guy play 40 the whole game 3 times.
There you go.
Which in this day and age doesn't back in the day it happened, but this day and age because it's so fast and quick and so it'll be good. I hope we get a Game 7 so it goes back to Madison Square Garden. They have that energy in the crowd. It'll be a good game to watch. But To be honest, I actually think to give my predictions now, I think Mavs get it done in 6, Knicks get it done in 6, Timberwolves get it back to Game 7.
There you go.
So that's what I think. But I hope we get 2 Game 7s, if not 3, because
Nothing like a Game 7. Look, no, I've probably exhausted my basketball chat, but if we're to go crystal ball and long range, look, we're in the middle of May and only the second round of the playoffs. If we'll crystal ball, who's going to be winning the whole thing?
Oh, it pains me to say. The Nuggets. The Nuggets
back, the Nugs.
I hope they get done. I'm hoping the Mavs beat the Nuggets in the next round if that's how it falls. Or the Celtics. The rumor is that LeBron might be going to but that's another chat for another day too. So to the Mavs.
To the Mavs?
The Mavs want to, because Bronny's getting drafted. Well, yeah. So, but we'll hop off that and we'll finish off. Let's get to the your domain. This is right
Certainly
up.
not the case. But
horses.
Horses, that's it. The Group 1 calendar just rolls along week after week after week. But no, as you said it, no, first Group 1 of the Brisbane
Brizzy
season. So there's plenty happening up in Brizzy this weekend. Well, there is actually. There's a golden ticket into the Melbourne Cup this week with the running of the Andrew Ramsden. So,
yeah?
Yeah, it's win and you're in. So we haven't actually seen a field for the Andrew Ramsden. But look, traditionally, the winner of that race doesn't normally provide a Melbourne Cup winner, but it does provide the win and you're in. So there's enough happening at Flemington. But no, the big race or the big meeting this week is at Doomben with the Doomben 10,000. Short price favourite as well. Probably the best sprinter in the land now. There's a little bit of a changing of the guard.
But not a Ball of Muscle.
Ball of Muscle hasn't been around for Team Pride, but they're well represented. They got Private Eye.
Who's the because Nature Strip's done?
Nature Strip retired just before the Everest last year. He's passed his best, but no, he was a warrior. But no, there's probably the title's up for the taking as the number 1 sprinter in the country. We've got I Wish I Win. He's going to start a short price favourite. He's generally really, really popular. He's got all the ability in the world.
What are your thoughts? Well, you don't like it? Hang on.
Well, not necessarily. He'll start around
Upset alert.
a $2 favourite, but it's a quality field, and he's going to need luck in running. J-Mac on board, so he'll give him every possible from there. But, Private Eye is one of his nemesis. They've been running against each other for quite a while. The wet track really brings Bell and Nipotina back into it, one of our favourites. But, poison odds, I Wish I Win, and if it remains wet, we might have something on Bella.
Bella, okay. And we'll see that. So, do you find that some of these horses, some prefer like running down the straight to like a curved track, or it doesn't really play? Doesn't matter.
Oh, definitely. There's straight track specialists. There's horses that don't like the straight at Flemington. I could list a heap of Godolphin runners that have had their careers ruined by their grand finals of straight track racing and they just don't handle it. So some horses are more inclined to perform down the straight than others. But in Brisbane this week, a horse like Espiona, she's always well supported and well backed. But like I Wish I Win, her racing style doesn't lend itself to finding trouble because they get so far back. But no, a quality field. The Group 1 calendar just keeps on rolling and rolling. But it's a good weekend to be in Brizzy this weekend. Yes,
and then the only other thing I want to know about race, because we'll get into races as well, like during the coming weeks, I guess. But when horses go the opposite way in Sydney, does that rattle horses?
Well, again, and some horses go better the Melbourne direction, running anti-clockwise, or running left-handed, and then because they're effectively running on their other leg.
Yeah, for sure.
So one of the horses we mentioned, Espiona, her record in Melbourne is far superior than what it is in Sydney. Notwithstanding that she's a Group 1 winner in Sydney, but
because some people would take that into account when they're betting and stuff, wouldn't they? Like
absolutely,
yeah.
Because they're trained to run in a particular direction depending on where they're based out of. So the Melbourne-based horses are generally getting trained to run left-handed. Yeah. The Sydney and the Queensland horses are going the other way.
So Queensland goes the other way as well.
Yeah. So Sydney and
why not just go the same way?
Oh, that's
that
was a topic in the early 19th century when the first races were being run, that Sydney wanted to be different to Melbourne. But no, the northern states run clockwise.
Okay.
And Melbourne, Adelaide, Perth, and the rest of the country run
You know what that's like? And this is not, obviously we've got to wrap it up,
This will
but
be good.
the fact that AFL would be probably the only sport in the world that has different sized grounds. So, you know what I mean? Like,
What, soccer pitches?
nah, they're the same, aren't they? Although they,
Are they?
I don't know, dear.
They're restricted by the
size.
the venue.
Yeah, well, maybe not the only size, but I've had a few people. When I say a few people, my partner's the old man.
Okay. Yep.
He wants every ground the same. He wants every ground.
What's the dimensions?
He's not happy with the Geelong. He's not happy with the Geelong.
There's no wings at
Yeah,
Geelong.
the rectangle. The rectangle down there. He doesn't like that.
Right.
And
What about the SCG?
he's not happy with the SCG either.
50-metre line,
Yeah.
it coincides with the centre square.
Yeah. So shout out to Jim. He's not happy. So what? So you think? I don't mind like the different.
No,
kind
I like
of,
it. Yeah, I like it. Be prepared to win anywhere.
Yeah, but it is just weird. Like you wouldn't see that in basketball. Imagine just throwing it.
Well, why not?
It'd be crazy. I don't know, it's just saying it'd be crazy. So
Why don't the Warriors just make their court
That'd
just
be
slightly bigger and Steph can keep throwing
just
buckets?
throw the ring up like an extra 30 centimeters and see what happens.
Well, try it out because then
It would absolutely rattle people for
Well,
sure.
they're building them like robots these days.
Yeah, they're so good. That's why.
Anyway.
And that's why LeBron's the GOAT. And see you later. Nah, that'll probably do
That
it.
was
That's
good, Nug.
good first episode. We might have to change the name from the Scoreboard to Nugget to something else. So we'll have to work on that.
Yeah, we'll,
Well, you're going to try because Josh is away. You're going to get a few, hopefully a few video calls.
We'll get a few-
video calls or whatever your voice messages.
So Josh will be back in about 4 months.
Yeah.
But
We'll be back in
I
town.
think this is definitely a better what do we call it? Better rundown than it was just me just lab.
Besides the lag, yeah. The audio was perfect though. You sounded great.
We'll actually turn into an actual podcast. Maybe we'll get on Spotify.
Yeah, that's it.
But
yeah, the audience just flocking in. But no, a good start, Nug. You've done well.
all good. We'll see you and see you next time. If you're around for tomorrow, we've got fancy.
Ended off with a bit of enthusiasm.
Good luck to everyone. All the best and enjoy.
That's it, all the best. and enjoy.
Fancy Frothy Friday tomorrow, so don't forget to come down.
I mean, I'm going down.
Foldy might not be in, but
Yeah, he's
see you next time.
sounding a bit laggy. All right, good.